South podcast. I'm your host, Zach Jackson.
And I'm Dylan Gibbons.
And today we are joined with Cameron Lynn. You alright, Cameron?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm pretty good, thanks.
Yeah, buzzing.
Good.
So, tell us about yourself.
I'm Cam Lynn. I'm a bassist from AMS Southampton, and I'm general manager at Pure Rehearsal in Southampton.
Awesome. So tell us about Pure Rehearsal. What do you do working at Pure Rehearsal as a manager?
Well, I mainly make sure that the standards are kept really high at Pure Rehearsal. So make sure all the staff are doing their jobs to the best standard that we possibly can, and basically just arranging a lot of shifts for everyone to make sure that they're getting all the hours that they want, and also I look after quite a lot of the equipment as well.
Do you work during the times when bands come in?
Yeah, I work during my shifts.
So
if that's what you're asking.
So what does Pure Rehearsal have to offer for local small bands that may?
A high quality environment that's clean, safe, with really high quality gear. We have really good gear, like good valve amps, like 50 to 100 watt valve amps, like the best tone that we can give our clients for a reasonable price.
And how much, roughly, do you lend rooms for?
We have 4 rooms now. So room 4 and room 3 are £10 per hour, and we also have room 2, which is £11 per hour, and room 1 for £12 per hour.
So you say you got 4 rooms now, meaning a new room has just been installed?
Yeah, over the past couple of weeks we've been preparing a 4th room to expand and hopefully getting some more bands in there every day.
Cool. So, how long have you been working at Pure for?
Year and a half maybe.
Okay.
Maybe like late 2017, early 2018, I think.
So quite a while. But you didn't start as manager, I'm
No.
assuming. No.
I was just kind of coming in, like supervising the whole building, supervising the bands, cleaning up after them, and making sure the gear are turned off correctly and that they're safe and they're not broken at all.
Yeah.
And then it's just kind of it only started off with like 1 shift every other week or something like that.
But soon it just progressed, and now you charge.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, in your time working, what's been the main sort of genre? A lot of the bands that have come in and you've heard, what seems to be the main type of music local small Southampton bands seem to be playing?
Oh well, I don't want to put like any bands into a box because there's a lot of subgenres and things like
definitely,
that.
yeah.
So, but it's metal and like metalcore and hardcore kind of stuff is really popular at the moment. Like we've had that genre more than any other genre since I've been working there.
Do these tend to be quite young bands? Like the people that are coming in are quite young, or
Definitely. But we also do get some older bands, like a lot of function bands as well, that are always gigging every weekend. That are always brushing up on.
So you like sort of are they like regular clients?
Yeah, I think the metal and the metalcore kind of and the hardcore kind of bands are more regular.
Oh, okay.
If the function band's coming in to rehearse, they're probably already well rehearsed on their set as it is. So when they go out on a weekend to gig, they know their set. But some bands just come in to kind of brush up on some old songs that they haven't played in a while or playing some new songs. But yeah, the regular ones are probably the original bands that come in. Also, pop punk is coming quite popular at Pure at the moment as well. There's some good bands coming in around Pure.
Yeah. I mean, going back to the equipment, do you charge extra for gear hire?
Yes, we do. So we have cymbals, snares, guitar heads, and bass heads. So and they're all £5 each per session. So for our guitar amps, we have some really good Laney amps. So we have GH 100Ls and GH 50L guitar heads, and we also have a Laney Ironheart for the kind of the more metal-y bands. Cause that's way more gained, a couple of channels as well. For our bass equipment, we have some Gallien-Kruger MB 500 heads, and we also have a Hartke 250 head as well. For our cymbals, we have kind of some Sabian stuff to hire out, and for our snares, we have some good quality Pearl and Mapex snares as well to go with the kits if anyone needs their breakables.
Well, when you set up the 4th room, what were the sort of procedures you had to go through? For example, like, what gear you needed, how's the setup going to be, what's the layout? You had to put soundproofing around, right? Like, what did you have to look into to get it all sorted? Because it must have been a long process.
It's a much smaller room than the other rooms, but like we were looking into brackets to put up the PA monitors for a long time. All of our rooms have had on stands, which takes up a bit of room, and especially in these rooms, the smallest bit of space makes the whole difference. So we got some brackets for the monitors. They're up high, out the way, so we can put the amps underneath them now, and the cabinets underneath there now. And we also needed to source a new bass cabinet for the room, and a new guitar amp as well. Instead of having a cabinet in there, we've put in a Fender hot rod, red limited edition
Nice.
valve combo in there, so people don't have to bring in their own amps. There's already one there, and we've got a blue pearl kit there as well.
Nice.
We spent one big day, the first day of turning over the room, tearing up all the floorboards, tearing up the carpet. There was 2 layers of tiling underneath it. It must have been there for years. It was gross. And then we teared up a couple of floorboards, and we stuffed rock wool underneath it, because underneath room 4 there's another room, so it needs to be a bit more soundproofed. So we stuffed rock wool, which is horrible stuff. It's horrible.
Yeah.
We had to stuff it all into the floorboards, put it all back, and then what we've done is put a layer of like foam and then carpeting, and then we've got the usual kind of soundproofing stuff like you see here, like the square foam and stuff like that.
How long has this been? When did you start this?
3 weeks ago.
Oh, so not actually that long.
Not long at all, really.
There were 3 Saturdays. I didn't work all those Saturdays. Then the week after stuffing the floor and 10 up floorboards, the directors came in to paint the new room and stuff, and it's all looking really neat and tidy. And then the Saturday just gone, all the gear's gone in. So and it's all looking great. And you can go see on our website, on our Facebook, like the pictures of the room, and you can go book it now. It's all open. It's been open since what's the date now? It's open since yesterday.
Yesterday?
So yeah.
Did anyone use it yesterday?
No one's used it yesterday, but we've got the first band in using it today. So
okay.
We'll see how it goes. We've got all 4 rooms are being used on Tuesday. Today.
So fully packed.
Yeah.
How long do each band use room for? Like, do they get it for the whole evening, or do they
3-hour
We open
sessions?
from 7 to 11, so they can either have a 3-hour slot or a 4-hour slot. Most bands typically have a 3-hour slot, either from 7 to 10 or 8 to 11, but occasionally some bands will go 7 to 11.
But do you do earlier bookings in the day as well? Because I know you said
No,
7 to 11, but do you not do any sort of things going on in the day? Any like student-related stuff as well for this in the local scene?
No, we don't, but we do on Saturday and Sunday. We open all day because it's just available on the weekends for us to use. So it's down to the landlord and things as well. So.
Yeah.
We've had discussions of how we could do some masterclasses and stuff. I mean, we've had AMS down there quite a lot for their live performance workshops and some lectures down there as well. So I think we're hoping to do some more educational things during the day at some point in the future.
You did a guitar workshop recently on a Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did.
It was with Mark and Alex.
Yep.
It's also a good place. You could do like lessons for guitars and drums and stuff like that. You got quite big rooms there as well. You could fit a lot of people in there.
Well, you're a player yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Bass. Nice.
Yep.
Do you nice? Do you teach though? Do you teach, and do you use the facilities there, or do you use your own place or their place?
Occasionally, we some of the members of staff at Pure do occasionally use the facilities for teaching because it's so good. Like all the equipment's there, it's all readily available. There's space. I've recently done for a teaching module for my degree. I did a 6-lesson plan, and I did it all at Pure, and it's been really good there. So I think at some point in the future we are hoping to see more educational things during the day.
Yeah,
it's just when
you got the time, and
when
it
really suits everyone. Really.
So, like, you could use the daytime up to teach bass guitar, or for another tutor to teach guitar to any students. Is it down to the landlord whether you can use the time of the day, or is that still your free will? Are you still allowed to just come in that time during the day before you
depends on what's happening.
Actually open?
Because if there's a metalcore band in from 10 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon,
I mean,
and the other people doing the offices, it's not very fair on them.
No, that's
so
fair,
we don't have people in during the day like that because we don't want to disturb anyone. So
Yeah.
I'm not upsetting anyone.
Well, it's a good little place. It's a good rehearsal studio. It's also good. You've got a lot more things you could branch out to. Like you could do lessons and like more educational stuff because you've got the equipment, you've got the space. There's a lot of room for further exploration and what could go on down there. Really, isn't there?
Well, the idea of Pure is that it is all high quality. It is all high standard stuff, even with the cleanliness of the place. That's why we're so thorough going through after a band's been and gone, because we feel that it's quite easy to neglect a space that's being so open used by so many people, that we at Pure have such a high standard that people do pay a premium to come to Pure, but they do because it's cleaner and it's just a nicer kind of especially with better gear as well. Yeah, it's better looked after than our competitors. So
yeah, I mean, well, there's a lot of studios, rehearsal studios in Southampton, but you're quite close to the centre. You're not far. I mean, it must be like a 10-minute walk. Yeah.
Well, even then, you could probably make it 5 if you're a quick walker.
Yeah, if you're a quick walker.
Oh, dear me.
But yeah, it's
always Bolton Head, yeah.
But yeah, it's near, and
How many marathons have you walked? Zak?
All of them.
All of them.
Do I look like I walk marathons?
Yeah.
The only time I walk is to get some food.
Oh, dear me.
Speaking of food, actually, don't you sell refreshments at Pure as well?
Yeah, we do. Only little bits and pieces. Buenos.
Well, that's the thing.
Buenos, mini cheddars.
Whispers.
That's the thing, right?
Maybe a whisper.
No, not a whisper.
Especially with your location. Like, there's not really a shop around. I mean, there's a pub, but I mean, who the hell's buying a packet of crisps for £1? You know. So, you know, get it from the studio. But like, you know, it's a dream. You come in, you're going to rehearse, and then what's that? A Mars bar for 50p. Sorted. Do you know what I mean? It's buzzing. So, props for that.
Props. What, for selling a Mars bar?
Yeah,
for 50p?
no, but do you know what I mean? Because some places, there's studios in Southampton that are really close to shops. So the idea is, I'll just go across the road. But
it's good to have it all in one location.
Yeah. It's nice to be able to just go to
more.
a little money part and be like, 50p, get a packet.
The other day, someone
flavors.
spent like £7 on like snacks and stuff. I didn't know how they could, but they managed it.
Do you even have enough variety?
Yeah, did you
They asked me if we had any sandwiches. I was like, no, but I have mini cheddars.
Just open a cafe in there, mate.
Basically
Yeah.
the same thing, isn't it?
Just open a cafe.
Yeah.
Sorted.
Pure cafe.
In room 1, we do have like a little kitchenette, so
Yeah.
there's complimentary tea and coffee.
Oh.
So if you book out room 1,
As well as
Is
a big
it extra?
mirror, Dylan, so you can look at yourself. Nice and clear.
nice.
Well, everyone knows a musician loves to look at themselves playing,
Especially Dylan.
especially Dylan.
Absolutely. Love the pictures. Love the camera. No, but being serious, the room 1, do you like charge them more to use it? Because it is a bigger room. I've seen it's a bigger room, and you've got, like you said, you've got the little kitchen bit, so they can make a tea or a coffee. I'm assuming the other bands can't really just come in like, right boys, we're gonna just make a tea quick. So
someone has done that before.
oh dear.
And I'm like, hang on, sorry, you're in that room? Like, it's
Wrong
Oh,
room.
what? So if you book the room 1, you do get access to the kitchen, but
Yeah.
nice.
Do you charge them more?
Well, it's £12 per hour, so it's almost expensive.
It's your most
Room.
expensive. Oh yeah.
But
So
other than
I mean,
that,
the
there's no
tea.
extra charges for the tea.
But it's the biggest room in the.
I mean, if I was going, I'd have to book that room for the tea and coffee.
Is
Is it in high in demand?
Yeah, definitely. Everyone loves room 1. People do get disappointed when they miss out on room 1.
You find that at most studios though, if they have more than one room or 2 rooms, there's a couple of rooms, and then let's say they usually book in, for example, room 1. You find that most of the time, when they don't get it, they are a bit down about it. But I mean, it's just kind of keeping that constant flow of we're going to be here this time each week, because a lot of bands like to set a time that they're going to be practicing. With mine, every Wednesday evening, but some bands don't. They kind of enjoy it around the week. But if you keep like a stable point of the week where you're going, that kind of gets you the opportunity of having that room 1 in a booking for however many weeks in advance. So
yeah, we love our regulars that always book well in advance. As soon as the website went up, because we launched our online booking. If no one knows about the online booking, you can go on our website and book online.
What's the website?
Purerehearsal.co.uk/booking.
manager doesn't know the website.
I had to think.
Had to think. Had to think.
That was perfect.
What bands who'd you get down there anyway? Who would you say are your regulars? From
not
the
a
local
regulars,
scene.
But I could tell you a massive. We had a band called Power Question. They're a power
Cool
metal band, and they came in from Saturday to Sunday, like 10 to 5, both days.
Both days, yeah.
They didn't finish their session, but they were lovely, lovely guys. They had band members come in from Birmingham, from Wales. One flew in from Greece to come and rehearse there. They're apparently they're a really big power metal band, and they were really nice guys as well.
Really not.
Some regulars. There's a band. They're really cool dudes. They're called Lonely Dakota. They're really
cool
really
name.
nice. Yeah, really good music. They're kind of like an alternative, kind of hard rock band. They're really really good. There's a rap metal band called Scars of Protest. They're really good. They're really nice guys. Yeah. They're usually in on every Sunday. So yeah, So there's some good bands coming down.
What is your busiest day? Think about it, because I mean Saturday and Sunday you're open all day. Most people free on the weekend if they have 9 to 5s.
I would guess it'd be like a Friday night, maybe.
No, on the weekends it's a little bit quieter just because people are out gigging and stuff.
Oh, of course,
so,
yeah.
Monday to Thursday.
That makes sense.
Well, Wednesdays are quite a big night of the week for shows as well, so they might be quite quiet.
Is it?
No.
Yeah, they are quite. It's quite a big week. Big
So,
night of the week.
Like, as you're a bassist, I assume you've done some gigs yourself and all.
Yep.
I assume you've used other studios around the area as well as Pure.
I actually haven't.
You haven't?
No,
You
I
haven't?
haven't.
So you primarily always use Pure.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
I haven't actually.
Loyalty's life.
There goes that question.
A lot of people have told me about the other studios though.
From what other people have told you, then what would you say Pure has to offer that other places wouldn't? Like, what makes Pure worth going to?
Well, just because, like as I said earlier, like premium gear and a clean atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like it's just they're just clean rooms and just really good gear. We're always praised by how good our equipment is, and how well it served everyone. The stuff that we've put in we've opened up just over 2 years ago now, and most of if not all the equipment's still going strong and still there. Even the kits, and they're being
looked after,
bashed every night.
Yeah.
Like,
but they're still rocking.
Yeah, some of those kits are really really good. Those kits are really really good.
Yeah. But when you say that your rates are a little bit higher than a lot of places.
Yeah, definitely.
So does that not put some customers off, do you reckon? Or I mean, in the end of the day, if they're not going to pay it, then they're going to go elsewhere. That's fair enough.
Think so.
But
I don't think our rates have let us down at all. They're still competitive. It might be slightly higher than other places, but if not the same, I think they're actually the same as other. I've done some research into the other studios, and they're similar, if not the same. But again, if it is slightly more expensive than one studio, then there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
And it's because our gear and our facilities are really well looked after.
It's what it boils down to, though, isn't it? Like,
well, do you have free parking? Well, like because
CG.
yeah, I know. Sorry. But do you have free parking though? Because if people are coming from, let's say, I don't know, Winchester or Bournemouth, which is pretty far, just get a studio in Bournemouth. But if you really are, then fair. But free parking, otherwise they got to pay extra.
It's free. We have free parking, and if the free parking outside of our studio is fully booked or fully parked up, not fully booked, but parking.
I was gonna say, like, do you have to book the car spaces?
I can't book this parking space for my new slot.
There's a pay and display up the road, and it's £2 for the rest of the night. So
That's
£2?
Yeah.
Is that the one just by Itchen Bridge?
Yeah.
Nice for you, though.
Bit of water.
Bit of water, big bridge.
Perfect.
Houses.
Just really sums up Southampton.
The good Southamptons.
Well, you were in a band called Exhibitor, weren't you?
Oh no.
Yeah, no.
Tell us
come
about that.
on.
Go
Tell
on.
me everything. I want to know because
we
what
go.
happened? You just fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah,
Release
You're
a
on a
track,
is it a hiatus you're on? Or
No. Well, I don't know.
Well, what does that mean?
I don't know what it means. Well, we had so our actual lineup was James Whitehead, Dave Hill, Matt Duggan, and me.
Cameron Lynn.
Cameron Lynn.
The
Cameron Lynn.
The
Cam Lynn
Loch Ness
experience,
Cameron
everyone.
experience.
Make sure you get that.
Monster.
Well, anyway, James wanted to move away from Southampton, so he's gone up to ACM Guildford. And
Nice.
He did,
that's really all you need to say. Why you stopped really? Like,
No,
that's it,
come
pretty
on,
much.
come on.
Well, then we got another guitarist in. All was well for a while, and then
who was the lead
wasn't really.
guitarist?
Jude. His name was Jude.
Just Jude.
I-
Just Jude.
No, doesn't.
Just
Well,
Jude.
we'll just leave
Anyway,
it at Jude. Yeah,
he has a project called Zen Judaism, and he has a couple of albums out, I think. So if
that's pretty cool.
if anyone wants to
Name
listen
wise,
to that,
but
then
yeah.
What's
Zen
it called again?
Judaism, yeah, it's
Zen
great.
Judaism.
Yeah.
What music is that? Like.
He does a lot. It does a lot of like. He does pretty much everything.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot of kind of classic rock things as well, but there's like reggae tracks and stuff like that. It's pretty good.
Oh,
It's
that's
very
cool.
good.
That's
We
well cool.
really liked it when we took him on, but then we weren't really feeling it without James anymore. To be honest, James is kind of like the soul, like life and soul of the band and stuff. Like he was always like having a laugh. Although no one ever did anything. I like
What?
I had to do like a lot, and it was
A lot of
just,
promotion.
I had to. Well, I was writing a lot of songs, a lot of music. I had to get us all the gigs and things like that, and the other lot, it was just a hobby for them, so it wasn't really working out because I was like, I really want to take this somewhere, but then the others were like, I'm just cool.
You just
I'm
like to float.
I'm just having a laugh. I'm like, I want to take it a bit further, but then Matt moved away, so then we were left without a guitarist because we wanted James back, but we couldn't, and then we left without a drummer. We put out some things out, and then nothing. We didn't get anything back, so it just kind of fizzled out from then. But me and Dave chatted regularly about it, and we're like, yeah, we'd give it a go if we had the right people back. But
Zak Cochran.
it's not really
Drums.
beast.
Legend. Beast.
Have you thought about doing any solo stuff?
Solo stuff.
Well, or
Not
start,
Ed
or start,
Sheeran,
start
Get
you know,
your pen out then.
starting a new project or something.
I'd love to. But it'd have to be done proper with a lot of planning,
A lot of planning.
a lot of time.
Cameron Lynn
lot of
loves his
People who want
planning.
to do it.
I love planning.
Got to be organised.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like if I'd have to go back and like do something like that again, I'd do all the music as I usually would, but then I'd treat it as like a marketing material. So you've got to face the fact as a musician, you're not going to make your money off getting listens off Spotify, and people aren't going to buy them on iTunes anymore or buy your album because everyone's got a streaming service now.
Yeah, definitely.
And they pay not even a penny per listen. So
Killed it.
you're not going to make your money off that. So
No.
you've got to find other ways to kind of take it on as a career. I'm not saying I'm going to pursue this as a career. I'm not saying I'm an expert at this or whatever. But that's just how I approach it. Like you've got, there's other ways of doing it, like merchandise and things like that. And I really think if you had a strong brand and a strong image, with some good solid music behind it, then I think you could.
And well produced music.
Yes.
Not just good quality sound.
Mm.
The track has to be a good track, has to be for
Good
everyone's ears.
mix.
But it also
feel
needs to have a real good production on it.
I feel like even the production needs a bit of individuality to it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of music I hear nowadays, ain't just charts to be honest, or
Well,
any
it's all the
local
same
bands,
thing.
It's pretty much done in the same kind of.
Well, it's all this.
It
It is. Come on, it is. Every
I learned
Drake
that
song
beat
like-
when I did like samba in year 5. We used to say it was I like samba, I like
Oh my
samba, I like samba.
Yeah, it was great then, but then you just listen to all the tracks on the. Oh, it's just. boring.
need-
I mean, don't get me wrong. I always found that some of the chart songs, some of them stick out to me a little bit, and
Yeah,
I'm mainly
there
a
is
fan
the
of, like,
occasional good.
alternative
There is
rock.
an occasional
Yeah, but
good
there's
song
the odd
that is
banger.
different.
Odd Steamer, where you hear it, you're like, hang on.
Do you know
What's
what?
that?
I really like Billie Eilish at the moment.
So,
I think she's quality.
So,
Although I do think she's kind of like one of those industry plants. 'Cause
Oh, yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
She's got a massive family of like show business people behind her and a lot of money because she lives in LA and things like that. but still, like there's still
Her
like,
music is, I think,
there's still personality to it.
yeah,
And it's like she sticks out because I remember what she's like. Like she has a clear
Yeah.
distinction.
like
She was only 15 when she started.
they're young. Like you sort of realise how old we're getting.
Do you know what? It's
Like,
kind of like K-pop and J-pop and
I'm not
stuff.
starting on that.
Because they kind of like,
Oh,
do you know
yes.
how they pick out someone and they kind of raise it up to be like this super performer? It's kind of
Yeah.
in the same way, but like an American way.
The American.
Well, it's just industry, isn't it? Like the same,
Yeah.
it's the same with Justin Bieber, wasn't it? Like here's this
YouTube phenomenon.
thingy, let's push him out there, let's
Yeah.
milk him, and then you know.
How many
Crap all
times
over-
can you
crap
say
all over
baby in
him.
one track?
But
Ask
I-
Bieber.
I love Billie Eilish though. I think her music's really.
Yeah, yeah.
I like this rapper called Scarlord.
Oh
Like-
yeah, you've shown
I've not
me.
heard.
He's
He's angry.
Is
he-
he
he's-
grumpy?
he's-
Furious all the time.
it's
It's a bit like you in an argument.
It's like, so if it's sort of like a better version of what rap metal could be, because like,
It's not a better version.
well, no,
It can't
no,
be, though.
yeah, but compare Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, but
to
Limp Bizkit are
Scarlord,
not
like,
great.
No, obviously not. But anyway, it's
Unless
basically
anyone out
it's
there
this,
is a Limp
it's this
Bizkit
dude
fan, and I'm sorry.
he's from England, and his music is like, he's got like really distorted 808 beats to it, like just some real like guitar heavy samples, stuff like that going to it, and he like screams when he raps. It's so like different to what is.
Yeah, I do think though his production's a bit too messy.
Well, yeah, but that's sort of part of the characteristic, because a lot of
Sometimes you can't hear what he's saying because not only his vocals are so distorted,
have you ever listened?
everything else is. It's just all massive mess and distortion.
Yeah, but like that's
Denzel Curry covering Balls on Parade.
Yeah,
You seen that?
I
yeah.
haven't
That was
seen
cool.
that.
I like that.
Amazing.
That was
I
brilliant.
felt so angry after watching that. I felt so pumped up for that.
So grumpy.
if you listen to his
You've heard it here. Cam Lynn is so grumpy
Have-
all
have-
the time.
if you
Oh.
listen to Clout Cobain by Denzel Curry,
Clout Cobain.
yeah,
That's a song.
yeah.
Oh.
No, but you notice like recent years, all these like trap artists have come up, and they're all just the same, aren't they?
Do you know what? It's
Lil
because
from-
the new rock star is rappers. Like there are no rock stars anymore, but rappers are the new rock star. Everyone back in the day wants to be a rock star. Now everyone wants to be a rapper
Why though?
There's
because it's
Like,
To be- to be
but what's
fair,
made it
like-
trend? That's what I'd like
I
to
don't
know. Like,
know.
Cause, like for me, I don't really follow it, so I don't really know. But like, it just
I think
came
it's
up.
because compared to a lot of rock music and a lot of like other styles of music, it's a lot more sort of marketable. Like compare like a rap song to Cannibal Corpse. You're not gonna.
oh, you can't say that.
No, but you can.
Cannibal
because-
Corpse are like,
Alright,
why-
alright,
like,
no, hear
Alright.
him out, hear him out, hear him
All
out.
right, no,
okay.
I'll change it. Compare like a rap song
Please.
to like, I don't know, a Metallica song, right?
Okay, that's a good choice.
Like, fair enough, Metallica are like one of the big like metal bands out there.
One of the top four.
Big
Call
four,
it
yeah,
the
the big four
four?
of thrash metal. But like,
Fair.
you don't really, you don't put on Capital FM and next thing you know, Master of Puppets is blasting down your speaker,
No, you
because a
don't.
lot of people would be like, ugh.
Yeah, that's why you listen to like Radio X.
A lot
Get
of
the
my tutors, I think one of my tutors was saying, I can't remember who it was actually, but like trends always come in circle.
Yeah, yeah,
So at some point, it's going to make a return.
yeah.
Especially with Greater Van Fleet. Do you know? Have you heard about?
Yeah,
those?
the Led Zeppelin.
They're kind of like if it said
They're very Led Zeppelin, but no, but they're great.
They've pretty much modelled their whole thing on Led Zeppelin, but I like what they're doing. They get so much hate though because they're,
What? Because of the
Yeah.
Led
they're
Zeppelin
just
fan.
ripping off Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, but I don't know. But I think is they are like don't get me wrong, they definitely are. Like but they sound amazing. But I feel like compared to Zeppelin, I know you can't compare them, whatever. But I'm just like because they're copying the sound. Compared to Zeppelin, they don't have this. The back rhythm isn't the same. You haven't got Bonham and John Paul Jones. What are you talking about?
I
But-
don't want to criticise them, but
no,
what
but I think
wanna
they're
say
great.
What I want to say is that a lot of people give them hate and stuff, but if you look on like YouTube comments and stuff, there's a lot of people saying, "Oh, I'm 50 years old. I used to love Led Zeppelin. This makes me like cry with happiness.
Yeah.
That something like this is coming back. Like it's giving people so much happiness because that kind of sounds returning.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think
And
it's a bit.
it's they're also like unleashing on a younger generation. So that might stem off on some younger people, and there might be
next generation's like
guitar music
pop,
might come back instead of trap and things like that. So that's what I'm kind of hoping for.
Well, going back to how it all blew up, like I kind of think some of it was a lot of the UK grime scene, because that really did.
Yeah, the UK
just
grime
pop up.
that sort of had a big resurgence in like 2016.
Oh,
Well, yeah, I mean,
huge,
I didn't really know what was going on, but next thing you know, Stormzy, and I was like, hang on.
Yeah,
And then it was shut up,
Stormzy
wasn't it?
definitely was
shut
like
up?
the poster boy for that.
yeah.
Definitely.
Skepta
But then JME released a mental album. I
Yeah,
think
but
it's Integrity.
a lot of like boy better known like Skepta and Jamie and all that, they were still sort of big in like the underground scene. Like my brother and like all of his mates love Skepta and like
as soon as Stormzy.
yeah, as
jumped
soon
up,
as
the rest
Storm,
of them did.
soon as it's kind of like how Nirvana sort of took grunge into the mainstream. Like Stormzy then brought the rest of like sort of the underground people.
That's so true, because people like
Nirvana brought like
first grunge
Soundgarden
band,
and all that stuff like that.
Like Bush was like the first
Yeah.
grunge band.
But Nirvana
Oh,
was the one that
Bush.
took it into the mainstream. Like Stormzy isn't the first grime rapper. He hasn't come into it and said like, "Yo, this is new stuff. This is my stuff. The rest of these people are copying me." No, he just did what he did. That became popular, and people were like, "I like this. Let's look into it a bit more deeper." Oh, here are the more underground things. They blew up, and next thing you know,
I'm loving hip hop at the moment. I'm loving Anderson .Paak, because he's bringing a lot of like 70s vibe, like, and he plays with a proper band, and it's properly written. And when you look at his shows on YouTube and stuff like that, they're arranged differently to the kind of the actual tracks and the recording and stuff. So I'm really hoping that kind of comes a bit big as well, because Anderson .Paak's been doing so well, and I'm a massive fan of him through Thundercat, because Thundercat's just worked on one of his albums, and Thundercat's beast. So you go look at his kind of songs. It's hip hop, but it's like the old classic funk kind of vibe as well.
so like G-funk type, like
Yeah,
90s hip hop,
Kind of, yeah. Kind of like G-funk.
like Dr.
kind of
Dre
like-
type stuff. Or
Kind of, yeah. I think Dr. Dre actually produces one of his recent albums.
oh really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's kind of more like soul and 70s funk rather than G-funk.
Oh,
But he's just rapping. He can sing as well. He's
Yeah.
really good. Really good.
I was going to bring it back to like the local scene, and you're an exhibitor. Like, I want to put it back into the local scene a bit more now. How many shows do you sort of play? Where did you play? Like,
Oh God, like.
we were going on about massive artists for
Oh,
so
yeah,
long,
yeah,
then,
yeah.
and there was something I wanted to talk about the band. I was like, I'm going to ask
Yeah,
this,
fair
and now
enough,
it's like,
fair
oh
enough,
well,
yeah,
we've
fair.
just changed now.
No,
Completely.
I got some for that. I don't know, maybe year and a half, 2 years, maybe. I think. Well, we did a lot of like shows in this area, so like the Joiners, the old Talking Heads in the Polygon. Like, that's closed down now, sadly.
Well, there was
Um,
a place before the Talking Heads as well, wasn't it? In kind of Portswood area.
I think that was Talking Heads.
Yeah, and then it's came up. Why is that? It's the Polygon in it. That is.
Yeah, that's.
And it
that
had the
was
little jazz room there, didn't it?
Maple Leaf Lounge. That
Yeah.
was the old. That was the Talking Heads. That's just closed down.
That's
now.
So because they moved then now close down. Yeah.
Yeah. We also did the Railway in Winchester quite a bit.
Oh, so you
place.
did get out of Southampton.
Yeah, we also did Bearded Theory Festival,
Oh yeah.
which was up in Wolverhampton area. Catton Hall, I think it was. It was a big old field.
That's
yeah,
pretty
I
cool,
saw
though.
the photos of that.
That was really cool. That was good fun. That was
What
the first
actually?
time
What
we
actually
went.
was Bearded Theory?
It's a massive like family friendly festival.
Yeah.
It was really
It's
good.
like Wickham Festival up.
We got on. We started playing, and like there's 2 songs in, the tent was packed.
Really?
It's so much different. Like
Did you? I mean,
up north.
I'm assuming you didn't manage. You weren't able to like drag anyone there either,
No, we didn't.
because you just can't. Like, it's not really.
It's not like you can say to your family and friends, "Oh yeah, come to my show." Where is
Come
it?
to Wolverhampton area.
Wolverhampton.
Our singer said, "Oh yeah, you can download this for free here." And someone was like, "Well, why are we doing it for?" Someone shouted out like, "You should be charging for it."
Oh, what?
pay-
He said that on the
he was like,
stage.
We'll pay for this. Some
And-
guy in the crowd. I was like, "Wow."
If that's the case, like, if you could, you should just get back together to do a little thing, like if people
It's so simple.
if
Get a
people-
cop crowd involved.
if people up north are digging it, like summer holiday, you know, VW camper, sesh up the north, you know.
Sesh up the north.
No,
Sesh up the
I
north.
need something a bit more like focused and ambitious and.
Yeah, but even then, it's good to have a bit of fun, isn't it? Like, I know
but
you're
you
like
could
very
do that
work.
here.
You're very
You don't have
work
to go up
driven,
north to have fun, do you?
You're
yeah, I want to work.
but you gotta relax a bit, man.
Well, I mean,
Is this
your
counselling
hobbies.
session? I thought this was a podcast. It's a counselling session with Cam Lynn.
No, but
Are you okay?
I feel like loads of people have told me that recently. That I should
What,
need
that-
to stop working so much.
No, it's not. You don't have to.
Oh, here we go. Counselling.
It's not like you have. It's not like you don't have to stop working, but get a hobby or something, man.
he's
Like,
got a hobby.
I do.
He's got a hobby.
I do.
Thursday night, 5-a-side.
Nah.
5 side with the boys.
Last Thursday night, cronies with the homies.
What
Come
is
on.
that? What is that?
You
Because
get
you're not involved.
yeah,
You're not invited.
and we've lost a member anyway. So
So I'm your new one.
no, I'd rather not. I'd rather just.
Just
No.
go on your ones then. Anyway. But no, like, but you were saying you like the tent packed up.
Yeah, it was.
Quite. How many songs in did you say? Like 2, 3?
2, yeah.
Yeah, just sort of-
2 songs, just
How many songs did you do?
8 or 9.
Oh, so a fair,
Okay.
big, decent set.
45 or a 30 set?
Uh,
How long did you actually have?
I think we were supposed to play for 30, but I think we did it for 45.
Do you not have the light, the
Breaking the
signal
rules.
lights? When
there wasn't any
where was it? When I played Common People, there was like the lights would be like green then red, like you got 5 minutes to get off. So
No, it was,
like,
it was pretty,
did you not have any of those?
No, it was pretty chill. It was pretty relaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
we-
met some lovely people up there. Yeah, it was really good fun. Really good fun.
Yeah.
Especially that was when James had gone away and then he'd come back into the band. Like,
Oh,
we
wicked.
absolutely loved
Oh,
it.
that must have been.
It was really. It was. Yeah, it was one of the best gigs I've done. Another good gig we played with a prog band called Cypher and Reawaken at the Joiners.
Oh
was-
yeah.
That was quality gig. That was really good.
Actually, I remember the promo for that.
Yeah, that's
I do
what
remember
I was.
that.
I remember
yeah.
seeing
that
the
was
promo for that.
That was a bit. That was a
That
while
was-
ago, but
That was.
I
Really
bet that was a
funny.
great gig.
Yeah, Reawaken.
Good lineup.
Cypher,
Yeah, good
Cracking
lineup.
band.
Yeah.
You should have done a gig with Cacti.
Cacti.
Yeah. There was this metal band from around the local area
Why is
playing
he
like.
pointing at me?
No, I'm just pointing. Done.
Is he having a laugh?
Played at Joiners 2 years ago.
I don't know.
You don't remember that? No, oh, you weren't there. You were there.
Is that your
I
band?
wasn't.
Are you trying to plug your band, Cacti? Is this for
Wait,
real?
you were in a band called Cacti.
He
Yeah.
was, isn't he?
The table's
Yeah.
gone.
Come on, let's hear about Cacti.
Right,
then.
well, this is about
me,
Cam Lynn, but
Luther,
let's
Jack,
move on.
Seth. Do you not remember that?
No.
That was a thing, was it?
Yeah.
What?
Played one show, didn't we?
Definitely like the best musicians for a band called Cacti. Like Ufa, mental at drums. I bet it was the greatest.
For anyone
You
who
were
doesn't
at
know
the
Uther,
gig, mate.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
Yes, you were,
skinhead
because your head got
and
slammed
he's
into
massive.
because Cold Silver were headlining.
Oh, the Cold Silver show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank
that was
you.
good. I got my head slammed on a monitor that
It
night.
was so
It
funny. You can see the video. It's brilliant.
Get up now.
Are people listening gonna know any of this?
No, but
No,
it
but
was
it's just
general
good
talk.
conversation. It was so funny, honestly. If anyone's listening, you missed out. It was so good.
So what? So his head got smashed in.
Yeah, there's,
No,
there's a
I'll
video of
explain it,
everyone
let me-
starting
right.
a mosh, right? And actually, you just see Dylan's head go
Oh, right,
flying
so-
into a monitor.
Right, so it was Cold Silver show, and they were like, it was like this wall, like the wall of death. You charge
It
in,
was so good. honest to
kablammy,
God.
and they were getting ready. So I was in the crowd because to support Cold Silver, and they were like, oh yeah, get ready, blah blah blah, kill each other, whatever, and good stuff. And I clocked eyes of Ufa, and I thought, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
The killing
here.
machine.
And he was like this. He honestly, obviously, it's a joke. It's a joke. He goes.
He
I was
was,
like,
he
I'm
wasn't
gone.
joking at
I
the
was like,
time.
I'm gone. I'm gone. So I thought when they do the counting, I was like,
I'm going to
one
run
beat
outside.
earlier. I'm gonna just run in first. And I went to charge for one of our mates who's like, we've been with in school and that. And I jumped up, put my leg got hooked on his shoulder up here. I jumped really high, and he's quite a tall guy, and he like lifted up, and like it just threw me in the air, and I'm just flying down, and then I just smack my head on this monitor on stage at the joiners, and you can see in the video there's like the band like Seth's like, oh, you all right there, mate? And I just come out, and it's like bludgeoned head.
It
was so good.
For reference to Uther, for anyone's listening who doesn't know Uther,
Oh, Ufa.
there was a massive like mosh pit of like 5, and at a gig, and I was like, Uther, go on, let's have it. And then he's like, just went,
Where was this?
all right, and
Yeah,
then
where
just
was this?
charged and put like 4 of them of
What
the
show
5
was
on the floor.
Where was that?
Mental.
Last man's turning. When was that?
Your end term gig. You played an Arctic Monkeys tune.
Oh, the Cam Lynn Experience show.
Yeah.
That one.
Oh,
For
I
anyone that
didn't
doesn't
name
know.
it the Cam Lynn Experience show.
No,
that
we
was
did.
Forced upon me.
The Cam Lynn Experience was.
That's your
Makes me
new
think I have a
project.
huge
That's the
ego.
new project.
The Cam
Cam Lynn Experience.
I'm not Jimi Hendrix.
No, you're
No,
better.
you're Cam Lynn. I'm not on about Jimmy.
You're the
Hendrix here,
lock
mate.
neck
It's Cam Lynn.
monster.
Neck.
What does that even mean?
Because
Why am I so out of the
he's got a
loop?
massive neck. Look, go on, do the like the lizard thing.
We might have to get the zoom in.
So, can we zoom in at some point on Cam Lynn's neck?
Can I see that again one more time?
No.
You know those
Okay.
lizards that like have that. I think they're lizards. They have a big, like.
The lion mane, but it's skin.
Yeah.
The-
That's
yeah,
Cam Lynn.
those
When he
weak
gets
ones, they run around
threatened,
like, "Wee."
when Cam Lynn gets threatened, his neck just goes like that.
He's like this.
He'll be
Big
walking
neck.
down the street and a mugger will come up to him and he'll be like,
He's just walking up. You're like, yeah,
So-
played bass the other day. Oh, give me your money.
"That
No,
is the Cam Lynn
Absolutely
experience."
not, mate. That's what Buzzman's like, isn't it?
Oh,
Nuts.
We all
Buzzard.
have fat necks. Like tree
What?
trunks.
I just meant those people who mug you, but that's everywhere.
I
mate.
mean,
Tree
I
trunks.
know someone else from Burswood, and
It's not.
Anyway,
rather
moving on.
snap his neck.
Moving on.
Tell me about your band Swallows.
Do you want to hear about my band Spit?
I want to hear about.
Cut that. Cut that.
Let's hear about Swallows, Dylan.
What do you want to know?
Anything
Nah.
happening
Oh.
recently?
Rehearsing and that? No,
Are
we're
you kidding me?
come on. This is about
Yeah,
a
we
rehearsal
are.
studio. This is about your rehearsal studio. I'm just.
Yeah,
We're
and then we
talking
started
about
talking about grime.
We're talking about local music scene.
Well,
Local
now we are.
bands.
I mean, yeah. It's all, no, we Yeah, we've got music on the way.
Yeah, when's it
I
coming
know.
out?
I don't have an exact date for you.
Roughly.
I'm hoping. Well, we are hoping. Hopefully, the end of this month. That'd be great, but
That'd be awesome.
that would be good. But we're
Oh, yeah, the month only just started.
we're
I forgot that bit.
Why did you change the name?
we
Hang on, why is this swapped around? You're asking us
No,
questions.
yeah, that's great.
It
No,
used to be Posh Ellen, but now they're Swallows, everyone.
yeah. I mean, well,
I
I think
That
the
is
thing
a
was
good
it's
question.
like
though. Why did you
No, no,
change the
well,
name?
so Posh Ellen was Dan and Aaron and previous members, and they were the previous members of both bass players. And then by the time I came into the group, it was actually funny. We did a it was like a rehearsal thing, and it was like I had to do like a tryout thing, you know, as you would. And I went with my brother, and he was going to do second guitar, rhythm guitar, or and I got a call back after. It was great, and I learned one of their tracks primarily a bit. I learned most of it before I went in, so I could kind of like I've learned this. I'm really interested, and I'm a couple of years younger than the lad, so it was a bit like. But I got a call back. I was in a
High School
restaurant.
Musical.
And I got a call, and it was like, can you come to rehearsal tonight? Like, and I was just like, well, I was like, I can't. I'm like, it was an anniversary thing, and so we like planned it for like the weekend, and that was it. Like suddenly,
Seagull just.
well,
Jesus.
they're so loud.
Well, we are
No,
right next to
I
the sea.
learned. So I went to that rehearsal. That is so loud. Can you stop,
Like a
mate?
pterodactyl.
I'm really enjoying this. Like a pterodactyl.
Yeah.
Crikey. I mean, no. So I went to that rehearsal and learned the set because there was a gig in like it must have been about 4 days.
Gets to the point. Ask how you change your name.
Yeah, sorry. That's fair. Anyway,
No,
no,
I'm
anyway,
joking,
no.
Carry
Yeah,
You're
so,
not.
so that happened.
We
We,
cut
like,
time.
and then Jake joined later in the year, and because we met him at one of our shows at the Talking Heads before it shut down as well, and such a sound guy. Obviously, he's in a band with me, but he was so we went first when we met him. Like Dan was like, 4-piece, and we were Posh Ellen, the 3-piece, and we were like what would an extra guitar do? And obviously it adds the whole world to your music. It does. It's so great.
I remember you being like, I just don't want another guitarist.
Well, I was like, no, I
remember
was
you
just like, I
saying-
don't know. Like, is it needed? Because I was like, the 3-piece is great, but no, I was proven completely wrong, and it was brilliant. Like the first, like Jake came in and instantly was like, "Oh, can we change this?" And it was like, "This guy is on it. Like he wants to do this." So next thing you know, yeah. But Posh Ellen wasn't really made by me or Jake. You know, it wasn't. It's not our thing. It was Dan and Aaron's little thing, and it was ours, and then we got to a point where like I think we should change the name, sort of become our own thing as the four of us. So that's why we got rid of our old set with Posh M, apart from Moosehead, because Moosehead was made by all four of us, and where we all just sat down like, let's write a song, and we kept that because that's something that is Swallows. That song is Swallows, whereas the others aren't at Posh Ellen. But like,
so how did you come up with the name Swallows?
It was no, stop. Well, I think brainstorming ideas is pretty tough for names because it's a stapled name.
The worst thing about being in a band is naming it.
Definitely.
Is awful.
Yeah,
Cacti, that's sick. I'd be happily called Cacti.
No, we originally called Cactus, but then I said Cacti just for the name.
Well, Seth was in a band. Seth was once in a band called Piss Tool, as in penis.
Okay.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Wait,
great name.
A band called what?
Piss Tool.
Oh, right.
Nice. Anyway, no, brainstorming ideas is pretty tough. The idea came up, and we were like, well, the bird, cool as fuck, and blah blah blah. But like, yeah, so that's kind of what the colours come from as well, teal. But
As
it's
an
kind of
active
like
band, like, what do you think like the sound to music scene actually lacks, or what do you like about the sound to music scene?
I like that there's choice.
What would you change?
I like that there's choice here. There's choice of venues. If you like, and there's choice of genre as well. Like, if you don't want to watch rock, you don't have to. You can go to Switch. If you don't want to listen to rap, you can go to like the Mango Jam up in Ocean Village. They do like jazz and soul and stuff like that. It's great. I like that, but I mean, there's a lot of venues. There's a lot of venues here, and I mean, it's a shame that some of them are slowly shutting down.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Talking Heads is gone. Firehouse is going.
Might be moving.
I hope so, because I really like the Firehouse. I love it. And
I've only been once, but I think
it's
just seeing like the backlash of it online, people are upset about it.
Oh yeah,
it's because that place is so like community based, community driven. It's not like we're just putting this here for the sake of it. There is heart behind it.
The new venue though, Heartbreakers hasn't been open as long as the others. Cracking venue.
Yeah, it's great.
I've only been there once.
Love it. Oh, I did a gig there with my old band.
Did you?
Yeah, it's great.
So was that exhibit?
Yeah, even then, like,
you must have
like the cocktail bar like downstairs.
Yeah, it's
great.
More
there. To it. It's not
yeah,
just
yeah, that's great.
It's like,
I do like that.
Really good venue. I really like 1865. It's just a bit too big for like local bands.
Yeah, no, I don't know, because they kind of from what I've gathered, the 1865 have a really cool pop punky vibe. I've seen like a lot of like bands, for example, like Basement, and like they got quite a big. There's quite a big thing about that in Southampton.
Do wrestling?
I think they do boxing or wrestling there.
Really?
I could be wrong.
I think they should stick to the upstairs being a merch.
Yeah.
They should stick to upstairs being a merch section, have it all spread out, because recently the shows I've been going to, it's a little table by the toilet door in a corner. You don't really want to go buy a t-shirt next to a men's toilet.
I like this. It looks like like an old jazz speakeasy.
Oh, it's great. It's so cool in there. But yeah, I mean, the places like the Brook is awesome. You know, there's a lot in Southampton. I think I don't know. I think there's a lot of talent. There's a fair amount of talent.
I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot of talent and ability about, but I think they need a bit more direction.
Definitely. There's.
I think even Tom Gibson, could be wrong. I think he's doing like advisory things on people's careers and stuff at Black Hill Studios. I've seen about. I haven't spoken to Tom. He's been an old tutor of mine, but I think even he's starting to do like meetings with artists that he's worked with to kind of get them to the next stage in their career. And I think a lot of bands, like local bands, there's again, like you said, there's a lot of ability. Just needs to be more for them. There need direction.
There's not. Thing is, there's around the area. There's not really a lot that can really push anyone out. Like there's some venues and some music shops. But other than that, what else does the music scene really have?
Suburbia is making a really, really good conscious effort to have bands in. It's a club, obviously, so they do it until 10 o'clock, and then they open it for district. I think it is. I think their club.
Or their club. I think they have different themes.
Oh yeah, of course. But
each night's a different theme, isn't it?
District is sick though.
But
I wouldn't know.
So good.
Right in suburbia. But I think they're making. I think Stuart Collier is running that, and he's making a really conscious effort to have bands. And I did a jazz fusion gig there a jazz fusion gig there? Why? What
Oh yeah,
at Suburbia?
that's the
Yeah.
show I came to.
Like, they don't have any rules. They just go for it.
Just music.
Yeah,
That's cool though.
I
I
think
like
it's
that.
really good, and
Yeah.
they're making it easy for bands, and I think a lot.
It'll be a good place to start.
I think if I'm not saying that the venues don't have an attitude the same as Stuart, but if they need to be very approachable and very easy to kind of agree with, like Stuart does, because he just I've done multiple gigs there and he's never really said no to anything.
Yeah.
So I've done there with I was playing in the 46 for a short while as well with that's Corin Masters band. He works so hard, that guy. He's always writing new songs, always doing bits and pieces. We did a show there that was really good. We did one up in Ealing as well.
Cool.
We're up in
Get travelling.
the 46. Yeah, doing a bit of travelling. It's good fun.
Seeing the signs.
But yeah,
But what would you say is like with the local scene in Southampton? Like, where do you think it's heading? Like, you personally, where do you think it's heading? Because like,
I think it's getting so much better from when I first started kind of coming to Southampton as a musician. I think, although I'm not an expert. I'm just seeing how I see it.
So you've had the experience,
your
haven't you?
opinion.
I'm just seeing how it is, but like how I see it. But I think it's building and doing really well. I think more people need to get out though.
to these shows.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing. Like, there's so much talent here.
Mm.
There is so many bands and solo artists
I
with talent, and I feel like people just need a ticket's a £5.
I think bands need to be a bit friendlier with each other. I think because there's always a massive element of from my experience. There's always been a massive element of competition, and our bands that won't even speak to us after a gig. I don't know why that might be. We played a terrible show and they don't want to be associated with us, or we've absolutely blown them away and that might threaten their fan base. Do you know what I mean?
But it's not. Do you know what I mean? Like, the whole idea is like, oh, you can
I've
listen to
been
this
there.
band and this band.
I've been there. You go in like when I was younger and a bit more of a
immature boy.
Yeah, I've gone in like sizing up the bands like we're gonna have.
But that's when you're younger.
Well, no,
that's what's like.
But that carries on a lot. That carries so much with other bands, and I think if everyone was a bit more kind of
in it for the music, like just enjoy the thing rather than think of it as a battle of the bands all the time. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. To be honest, pretty much every band I've played with, and they've all been friendly.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I genuinely think. I mean, I guess it's how they show themselves and how you show yourselves. I mean, it's not like they should be helping each other out. Yeah. Like you're both part of like both bands. Let's take it. There's two bands. Blah blah. They're both part of the same scene. Like, help each other out. Like it's it's little things like, when you play a show and like, let's say a guitarist string snapped off, you need to change guitar. X from this band goes, oh, you can play my guitar. They just, but that's the little things like that that make the atmosphere so much better between bands.
But the thing is, when my experience is like the same, like I've had that kind of same situation happen where someone hasn't brought in an amp and they want to use my amp, but they didn't ask me. They've gotten their singer to come over to ask me for them. I've gone over to say hello and tell them about the amp and how not to break it and how to use it and how to get the tone that they would like, and he sat there, head in his phone, going, yeah, cool, yeah, cheers, and then that's it.
Well, what do you reckon that is?
You're welcome, mate.
But what do you reckon that is? Do you reckon that's him or this person feeling awkward, feeling like they want to show off a
I don't know.
cool
I feel
vibe?
like
I think
if you're being awkward, I don't know. I don't think you'd be on your phone because I feel like that would make it even more awkward.
That's a bit.
But I don't know.
That's kind of my general experience with bands that are in and around Southampton. Is that they've kind of
I've had a completely different experience.
I've had
I think they're all.
Well, at the end of the day,
how many of these bands have come to your shows as well?
So, I mean, that's the point, but there's no, but like we play a show and like the Freights come up, the Dead Freights. They'll come up. Some of them will come up. And it's like, that's the sort of atmosphere you need. Like
It's hard
going
to
back
it's
to
hard
shows,
to-
it
it's hard
is.
to nail down.
And I mean, it is some like obviously you can't go to every one of their shows because sometimes you're just not able to. Sometimes we all have like things in our
Everyone's
life. We're
doing
all-
stuff. innit?
Yeah, everyone like people might be at work or looking after babysitting or whatever. Small examples, but
The
like it is
occasional-
the point of showing up. And if you like their music, then show them that because
Yeah.
that's what they want to see.
I think a lot of the venues are saying, well, I think it was especially Talking Heads that was just closed. They're saying, oh yeah, turn up, keep your music scene alive, do this and that. But you've also got to kind of, if you want your music scene to come alive, then let free entry for 5 local bands. That you're still going to make money on the bar and things like that.
Yeah.
I think if you really want to support your industry, then you've got to
Well,
do it as well.
Yeah.
we're all in it though for the same reason. Like
It's really hard to nail down, isn't it? Really. To
Yeah,
nail down
like
a
there's
cohesion.
no blaming anyone.
Yeah,
Really, like it's just
we all want to just make music or
Yeah, like-
see music
and
or
like,
listen.
yeah.
like,
I think I think maybe like you said, communication is key. But I mean, like I've had a different experience to you.
Yeah.
But I think it's different for other people. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a good answer.
Well, we are cutting time. Thank you for coming to
No worries. Thank you. For
talk with
having
us. It's quite alright. It's been
been
good. I've enjoyed this.
me. Good.
So yeah, thank you for anyone listening. This has been the Sounds of the South.
And before we go, Cam Lynn Experience, new project coming up.
For any small local Southampton bands need a rehearsal studio, go check out Pure Rehearsal at www.purerehearsal.com.co.uk. Forgive me.
Or Facebook.
Or
Facebook,
on their
yeah.
Facebook page, Pure Rehearsal.
Or
I see.
if you want, check out all the studios in the area and which one you prefer because that's how it is. But
Or just go
you
to
guys
Pure.
are very. Or just go to
Pure.
Pure. You guys got you
Pure.
very clean rooms. I like that. But.
But yeah, so thanks.
Thank you very much.